Okay, rolling.
Everybody talks about how important it is to make the chase for the championship. Now, as a new team, that's going to be a tall order for you. Can you get there?
It can be done. It's definitely a tall order because there's 45, 50 other teams that are trying for those same 10 spots. So it's a challenge, but it's a reachable goal.
What do you think would be a realistic points finish for the team this year, best case?
Worst case, I think top 25. Best case scenario, who knows? The sky's the limit, so to speak. But, I felt like I've run top 25 in lesser equipment. And I believe in this situation with DLP and this team and the help of Joe Gibbs Racing that, top 25 should be worst case scenario.
If I'm not mistaken, this is the first time you've had a full-time Cup ride in a couple of years. What's changed since the last time you were here every week?
The general basis hasn't changed at all. The faces are a little different, car colors are a little different, but nuts and bolts, it just gets down to hard racing. The people that work on their equipment the best, work the hardest, have the best results, and we should have that.
Are you satisfied with the kind of power these Gibbs engines are putting out for you?
Well, I haven't driven one yet this year, but I know from last year, on-track experience, they were pretty darn good because they usually were pulling away from me, so I'm excited about finding out.
What has Chevrolet been able to do for you? Are they fully supporting this effort?
They're helping us a good little bit, and we appreciate their support. They're helping us out with a little bit of technology and a little bit of GM support, and hopefully we can do them a good job.
Now, I see you've got some DLP TVs on the back of the hauler here. That's a pretty cool thing to have in your garage area.
That's an awesome thing. You should check out our pit box. It's got big DLP TVs on it. It's it's Texas Instruments DLP brand for HD TVs.
Okay, Rick, I'm recording.
All right, great. So you and Jimmy McMurray have got some history together. What are you going to do to him next time you're running close with him?
Not a thing. He's a great driver, and I hope that I'm a great driver, and we can go out there and race all the laps without any more conflict.
Places like Martinsville and Richmond and Bristol, there's got to be a lot of give and take out there. How do you treat a guy who's roughed you up?
Well, it's you treat them like they treated us. So Martinsville, Bristol, sometimes contact happens there that's unintentional, and everybody has to work really hard keeping their tempers in check at those tracks, and we all do that. But occasionally, stuff happens, but it's not something that every weekend you go out saying I'm going to hunt that guy down and take him out, because it just doesn't happen. We all have too much at risk and at stake, and we want to do our sponsors a great job with DLP and Gibbs Racing. We have a lot of good folks to represent. We're going to do a good job of that.
When you go to a short track, since you came up that way, do you feel like that's your turf? That's a place you should own?
I don't know that I feel like I own it, but I enjoy it. I enjoy every racetrack with the exception of maybe one or two, but I just seem to have had a lot of experience at short tracks. I'm comfortable there, but I also feel very good at Charlotte, at Texas. So there's some tracks that lend themselves better to my driving style. But I don't know that Martinsville's one of them, but hopefully it will be.
What tracks do you not like? Where do you feel uncomfortable?
It seems like I run better on bank tracks. And so flat tracks, a lot of times I feel like I'm just searching for something. I've run well on